going on, everybody? It's Who Dat Davis here. If you don't know, you will know that over here we bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. Let's go ahead and break it all down. And what is to be broken down today is not much for right now anyway. From the time this video started, as of about 16, maybe 17 minutes ago, the New Orleans Saints have traded Malcolm Brown to the Jacksonville Jaguars to save almost $5 million in cap space, an estimated total of $4.22 million, and they have received an undisclosed draft pick from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Malcolm Brown is someone who has been reportedly being shopped around along with Quan Alexander, listed last week. Excuse me. As of last week, if they weren't able to find a trade partner for Malcolm Brown, and they were going to cut him. Malcolm Brown was going to receive $5 million, due to make $5 million this year. But not only did they find a partner for Malcolm Brown, he is getting a raise. Malcolm Brown's contract is a 2-year extension, and it hits two years for $11 million, and $8 million of that is guaranteed. So congratulations to Malcolm Brown on that very, very respectable and just due raise. Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be taking good care of him. They've made a lot of moves along with the New England Patriots, and I believe, who else was it? I believe it was the New York Jets. But anyway, Malcolm Brown in exchange for an undisclosed draft pick. We don't know what that undisclosed draft pick is. A lot of Saints fans on Twitter are speculating that it's going to be the #1 overall pick. The Jacksonville Jaguars aren't that stupid of an organization, but I do believe it is a first-round pick. I do believe it's a first-round pick. I do believe the Jacksonville Jaguars have 2 first-round picks this year in the draft. I do believe they gave up one of those to Malcolm Brown, either that or a second-rounder. I'm just speculating here, so we'll find out all those details when they decide they want to actually give us that information to work with. Now, this news broke out by Ian Rappaport first. They broke out. Then it circled around over to me from Nick Underhill. So my whole thing on this, it's been just due. So, and it's actually good for the Saints. It's good for both parties because not only did the Saints save almost $5 million, right? They actually got some trade value in return to build up for this year's draft. They actually got some pretty good draft slots already. They own 4 of the top 106 draft positions. Now, it could be potentially 5, depending on what the Jacksonville Jaguars gave up to get Malcolm Brown. And they're getting a lot of value from Malcolm Brown in terms of the contract. And they gave up, I'd say, a first-rounder, maybe even a second-rounder. Then they're getting even more. You know what I'm saying? Because Malcolm Brown has been one of the best run stuffers for the past 2 seasons. So, and with all those pieces going over there in the AFC South in terms of Jonathan Taylor, the Indianapolis Colts, or Mark Ingram of the Houston Texans, or Derrick Henry of the Tennessee Titans, they need somebody to be able to plug up that interior and stop these guys as effectively and as much as possible. Malcolm Brown is going to be that guy for them. So they're getting a lot of value out of Malcolm Brown, who's still able to play at an extremely high level. And now the Saints are going into the draft with the need for an interior defensive lineman. Who could they be aiming at in terms of the interior? The Saints have talked with, Aleem McNeil. Aleem McNeil is someone that's rumored to be a top prospect in terms of defensive tackles or defensive linemen. Aleem McNeil is said to have had a really good talk with the Saints in terms of their scheduled meeting at the time it happened. So you could be seeing him picking up that number 90 jersey off Malcolm Brown if they do decide to go up and draft him. If they did give up I say even a mid-first rounder or maybe even a second rounder, then the Saints are going to be in even better position. All the draft picks they have, provided that Roger Goodell doesn't swoop them away like a nut, the Saints can have something of a 2017 draft class. A lot of production on rookie contracts. And with Jameis Winston under center, under Sean Payton, this team is not going anywhere. They have a lot to work with now. And I mean, they have quite a bit to work with. 4, potentially 5 picks that are within 105. That's a lot of value. That's a lot of value in the first 3 rounds. So shouts out to the Saints, man. Shouts out to the Saints. Shouts out to this front office that doesn't get the recognition it's due from the rest of the NFL. Us Saints fans who are logical knew that they weren't going to be too worried. The Saints lost, showed the register free agency. He sets in the free agent market. They're probably going to get an edge rusher, to subsequent Cam Jordan on the opposite side because Marcus Davenport hasn't been very productive. On top of being injury prone, you know what I mean? So they could fix up and beef up that interior and that edge in terms of getting an edge rusher, getting an internal defensive lineman. They need a linebacker and a corner. And speaking of corners, the Saints have been rumored to be interested in cornerback Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman, if you guys don't know, Chris Richard, our new defensive back coach. He and Richard Sherman have history together. Chris Richard coached Richard Sherman way back, and it has been rumored that, with Chris Richard being more of a zone coverage type of coach, Richard Sherman and him, they're going to be tight. So if the Saints end up pulling that off, then it's a short-term thing, but I do believe they're still going to go into the draft and pick up a corner as well as a linebacker. But all this and more are sometime later this week or sometime early next week. I just want to bring this news to y'all. As always, if you guys want to leave your thoughts, go ahead and pop them down in the comments for your boy. If you want to hit me up on Twitter, we can talk over on Twitter, or you can hit up my Facebook and all this good stuff. When the Saints disclose what type of the draft pick that they got from the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'll be sure to hit y'all up on my Facebook or my Twitter, and whenever I decide to get around making another video for YouTube. But that's it. That's all for right now. Shouts out to Malcolm Brown for getting that pay raise, and shouts out to the Saints for cleaning house and being able to get value back for big guys that they're losing. As always, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there in the YouTube channel. I'll see you guys next time. Holla at ya.